Hello my lovelies and welcome to this week's video.
So Victoria, what are we driving this week?
Well, I'm very excited this week actually. Funny you should ask me that, Matt. This week you're going to drive me around in your amazing Mclaren 600LT Spider. And the reason I'm super excited is because it's an amazing car. The sound, the look, and it's the first Mclaren I have on this channel. Yay. Hello sir.
Howdy.
How are you?
I'm alright, how are you?
I'm very happy right now. I could stay sat here for forever. My god, what are we driving today? What is this beast?
It's a McLaren 600LT Spider.
Right, and she's yours. Your
Yep.
pride and joy. And why are you on that side of the road?
I brought it from the UK.
Okay, for a road trip.
Spin around for holidays, yeah.
And how was that? Because these seats are very sporty like, to say the least.
Quite tight, aren't they?
They are. I mean, I'm not moving, I'm not going anywhere, but comfort-wise?
They're alright.
Yeah? Did
Yeah.
you not have a broken back by the time you got down here?
I prefer them over the comfort seats.
Do you?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit, why a McLaren? What did you have before? What are you going to have next?
It's always got to be a McLaren.
So you're McLaren
I'm a bit of a fanboy, unfortunately.
Alright.
Yeah. Had a 570 before.
Was that the Spider also?
Coupe.
Right.
So yeah, the Spider makes it even better.
Hell yeah. Well, especially because it's the hard roof.
Yeah.
Right, so you've still got that seamless kind of coupe look to it.
Exactly, and you don't lose any performance either.
Yeah.
Well, not much.
So how long have you had it?
Since January.
Oh, only since January, and then it straight into lockdown.
Yeah,
So you
that was fun.
so you weren't able to use it much.
Sat there watching it in the garage, yeah.
But you've still done what, 10,000 kilometres?
Yeah.
How have you managed to do that?
I take it to the shop, just take it up the mountain, anywhere.
So is she your everyday car?
Pretty much. I
Right.
mean, we've got another one. Well,
What
I'll
else
take
have
this
you got
one.
in the garage?
M5 comp.
Right.
So it's a bit more practical.
A lot more practical, but surprisingly enough, you use this every day. But the people, I don't know anyone else who has a McLaren 600, but the 570, I know people who use that every day.
They're really
As
practical.
I like everyday car,
Yeah.
right? And you've got the lifting system,
Yeah.
so that helps us get over
You've
all
gotta
of
have
the
that.
speed bumps that are down here.
You wouldn't have a fun time if you didn't have that.
You wouldn't know, there would be a big struggle for
Yeah.
sure. And have you done anything to her since you've got her? Or is she completely standard as she came? She was delivered to you?
Completely standard. Yeah.
Really?
That's all you need, really.
Well, yeah, I mean, what would you do?
You can maybe make the exhaust a bit more louty.
But would you need it though?
Not really.
I don't think so, right? The
No.
sound is absolutely gorgeous. And since you've been down here, a few of my friends have told me they've seen flames coming out
Yeah, it does
the
that.
back of the car.
It doesn't do it easily. You have to push it.
Right.
When it's hot and you're on it.
So it's not just hearsay, you do actually get the flames.
You do get it. And they're not just like the kind of little poppy ones that you see around town. Like they are long blue
Actual flames.
flames. Yeah.
So how was the drive down here? Because you came all the way from England, so did you get the Channel Tunnel? Did you go through France?
We did the ferry.
You did
just
the ferry?
to cut some of the miles.
Okay. To the north of Spain?
Yeah.
And
something
then
like that.
just straight drive down?
Yeah.
How many days was it?
We did an overnight. Just
Really? So you only did it in like a day and a half, basically?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And you came down with the Lotus that I drove last week?
Yeah.
And what else was in the group as you came down?
Well, we came down separately, but we joined up with Lamborghini Performante as well.
And how does this square up to the Performante? Because I know that you guys, since you've been down here, you haven't stopped.
Yeah.
As in every day you've been to another mountain
We're
road.
obsessed. We're obsessed.
Because we do have many mountain roads down here. We're very, very
There's
blessed.
quite a few
with
to choose from.
Yeah? And how does this square up to the Performante?
They're different cars, totally different cars. I love the Lambo.
Yeah.
But I think if you're talking out and out performance, this is better. But Lambo's got, the noise factor of the V10.
And would you go up to like the next level, kind of like 720 style? Or would you keep with whatever comes after this one?
765, I would.
Yeah.
720 is a really capable car, but it's just almost too effortless.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get enough of the
rawness.
theatre. Yeah, it's just too effortless.
And so because you've had you haven't
like McLaren's favourite thing is like these kind of little ghost error messages.
Yeah,
They're
which are mainly
doing
just
everything,
sensor issues, right? It's not even that you have a problem with the car, it's just sensor reading.
I've not had anything that's kind of like let me down, as in like I couldn't drive the car or something wasn't actually working.
And have you serviced it already? 10,000 kilometres, you had done an oil change or something, no?
You don't have to, but just for this trip I got it checked out and the oil and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And also after shooting the flames you have to top it up with a bit of oil.
After shooting flames on a regular basis?
Yeah, a bit. We're in a tunnel now, actually.
We are in a tunnel.
Should we take advantage of it?
I think we should. One thing that always surprised me with McLaren, all the ones I've been in, is how spacious they are inside.
Yeah.
So from the outside, it looks really compact, all the lines, how aggressive she is, but when you actually sat inside, like, there's loads of headroom. And that's one of the things that appeal to a lot of tall people. So when you get inside a Lamborghini, when you get inside a Ferrari, a lot of them, unless you go with the 812s, maybe stick with the V12, with the V8s, for example, in Ferrari, the inside is so small.
Particularly the Lambos.
I've had loads of clients who they couldn't get in a Huracan and they couldn't get in a 458, and by default they ended up with McLaren, and then fell in love, and then continued on with McLaren. Yeah. But we've got a friend, Jose, and whenever he gets in the Huracan, have you seen his head popping out the top? Like, his head is literally like this much out the top. He's lucky that it's a Spider. But that's something that I've always noticed with McLaren, is that amazing headroom and headspace. And I get why you say about driving it every day. Yeah. I can imagine. I mean, you came down here, you and your wife, with like loads of bags, loads of clothes,
loads of shoes. My wife's obviously.
I was just about to say, is this a fetish that you have for? And it all managed to fit in the front. I mean, all in all, it's a great all-rounder, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And have you got any more long road trips planned? Because you're going to drive back at the end of the month back to the UK.
Yeah.
Are you going to do any, like, I don't know, cannon runs or anything like that? Or anything else planned with it?
Probably go to the Nürburgring at some point. It's got to be done. Yeah.
Have you been there before with the other cars?
Yeah, in the 570.
And?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Amazing place. That is definitely on my list of places I want to go.
Just the whole atmosphere. We stayed at Apex.
Right.
And it's just, that's literally just down the road from like the entrance to the ring.
And do you just hear cars and bikes all day?
See them just street. I mean, it was quite a busy time of the year, but like you just see all these crazy Porsches and kind of like really kind of ring-tuned cars just sailing down the road.
Oh, amazing! Can you imagine if you lived near there though? That's the dream, right?
Yeah.
Oh God. Right. So thank you very, very much for this. We are now stuck in a bit of traffic.
Yeah.
I absolutely love your car. Any last words to anyone considering buying a 600? If they're in the market for that type of car?
Nike, just do it.
Just do it. Is that your word of wisdom?
Yeah.
What would they be looking at if they're looking at a McLaren 600? What would be the other alternatives on the market? Like Ferrari, Lamborghini.
Well, I mean, I guess it is what you said, like the Performante. I mean, if you got maybe the Evo, I don't know much about the Evo, the Huracan Evo, but that's meant to be quite fast. But you want kind of want the handling and the steering feedback and the whole McLaren experience.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, even being in like a 488 Pista, obviously it's Ferrari, you've got the smell, you've got the whole Ferrari feel about it, but this does feel so much more raw. The feel I get whenever I'm in McLaren is the kind of go-kart feeling, if that makes sense. Like, she's light and she's very direct, she's very precise. Wherever you're going, the car, wherever you ask her to go, the car goes. And I do think she makes you a very good driver. Don't you think?
I'm a good one.
Yes, but I was speaking in general. If it's someone's first supercar, I think this isn't.
Yes, it's not a bad choice.
It's a very good choice, and you get a lot for the value for money. Like quality-wise, just everything you see, the carbon Aesthetically, she's gorgeous, sounds amazing. And if you're down here in Spain, it's very unique. How many more have you seen since you've been down here?
600, none.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And other McLarens, what, 2 maybe?
Maybe 3.
The Ferrari meet that we did, that was, you know, and down at Second Landing. That's about it since you've been down here. So come on guys, buy more McLarens. We do have a dealership now in Spain, in Barcelona, but where there's a will, there's a way. So come on, I want to see more McLarens on the streets of Marbella.
That'll be good.
Thank you so much. Have safe travel back, and I hope to see you down here again soon.
Thanks for having me on the channel.
Thanks for watching, guys.